Hi, Andrea here from I'm Fit to Give. Have a question for you. If I were to ask you to take out a piece of paper and write down all the things that you loved, how long would it take you to write down yourself? Probably pretty long for most of us. For some of us, it may not even end up on the list at all. That was me, not too long ago, actually. Self-love is, if you don't know what it is, it's owning everything about yourself. It's loving everything about yourself, the good, the not so good, the stuff we're afraid to admit. It's owning it and accepting it and just being proud of who we are. There's a lot of times in our lives where things become uncertain, or we're afraid, or negative talk comes in our head. You know, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not strong, whatever. And self-love is that voice that says, you're enough. You're enough all the time, and it's okay, and just keep on going because you're doing all right, and it's okay to get down sometimes, as long as you keep on getting back up. That's what self-love is. It's hard sometimes. So it's permission that you give yourself to keep on going and to accept your flaws and your downfalls, because we all have them. So self-love is what keeps you going. Little story, a personal story. It was probably about 3 years ago. I was at a conference, and the main speaker she was an intuitive. So she had written down, after the first session, she had come back and she had written down on a piece of paper. They were all lined up all around the room, and each piece of paper had something written on it. It said, I am blank. And the blanks were all filled in with something on each paper. And there were probably 50 of us in the room, and she said, I wrote out one for each of you. Like, there's one specific one for each of you. No one's going to have the same one, and you'll know which one is yours. So I'm reading all these papers, and nothing is jumping out at me at all. So the conference goes on, and the next day there was another guest speaker, and really good. I honestly don't even remember what he said, but I remember it was really good. And I ended up winning one of his DVDs, which I was really excited about because he was a good speaker. And I went back to my hotel room and I watched the DVD. And, you know, first 3 minutes into it, I'm bawling my eyes out, and, you know, it really hit me really hard. So go to the conference after breakfast, and now I'm reading all the papers on the wall. And I get to one, and I immediately knew that one is mine. I still have it. It says, I don't know if this is backwards, I am allowed. And I think this was the thing that really, for me, was like the turning point of when I started to love myself and accept myself, and, you know, give myself permission that I'm allowed to do things. I don't need permission from anybody else. I don't need approval from anyone else. I am allowed. It's kind of like that I am enough thing that a lot of us have. I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. Self-love tells you that you are.